with Cowboy Wisdom Podcast. Tonight's podcast is 7 ways why fear is an emotional snapshot etched into the nervous system. Fear is never just a feeling, it's an emotional snapshot stored in the body, etched into breath, muscle, and nervous system reflexes. Loops faster than thought, shaping reaction before awareness can sculpt an intention. That's the thing, and I understood this, but now I really understand. You feel when something occurs in your life, you feel it in your body before you express what's going on. Why emotional snapshots etched in my nervous system, cells, body locks me in comfort zone programming, keeps me stuck being a servant to my past. Your body reruns what your ancestors never released. We'll repeat that. Your body reruns what your ancestors never released. Emotional snapshots, moments of fear, shame, rejection get etched into breath, muscle, and reflex. The cellular echoes loop faster than thought, shaping your reaction before awareness can intervene. I understand. That happens to me. The subconscious mind is in the body. Until you detune the broadcast, you're never choosing, you're reenacting yesterday's events. That relates to me big time. Comfort zones are built from unspoken survival scripts. Comfort zones are built from unspoken survival scripts. The nervous system never was wired for liberation, it was wired for repetition. It obeys an ancestral alarms and socialized obedience, scanning for danger instead of depth. What feels safe is often a cage of inherited caution, locking you into patterns that served your past, yet sabotaging your present moment. That has happened to me a lot. And by this awakening, I get to rise out of it. Being stuck is never a mindset, it's a muscle memory. You're never just thinking your way into stagnation, you're breathing it, posturing it, and living it. Until you embody the reflex and confront the emotional residue, comfort zone programming that will keep you loyal to limitations you never consciously choose. Comfort zone programming will keep you loyal to limitations you never consciously choose or desire to have in your life today. Why trying to think your way through challenges is a dead-end road. The mind loops logic, the body holds the truth. Thinking through challenges often means rerunning inherited maps. The nervous system broadcasts ancestral alarms faster than thought can reflect. Until you feel through the friction, thought becomes a rerun dressed as reason. Thoughts seek control. Presence invites clarity. The mind tries to manage uncertainty with old metrics. Yet, authentic insight pulses from breathline brilliance, never performance programming. Challenges are never solved by thinking harder. They're transmuted by sensing deeper within yourself and questioning yourself. Mental effort reinforces emotional residue. When you overthink, you amplify the very reflexes you're trying to escape. So when you're stressed out, you're in the reflexes you're trying to escape. Emotional snapshots stored in muscle and breath loop, stored in muscles and breath loop faster than logic. Liberation begins when you stop decoding and start detuning your emotional snapshots and your nervous system, your cells and your body and your comfort zone programming. Why emotional snapshots never allows me to change or shift my life out of the past. Emotional snapshots loop faster than intention. Before you declare change, the body reruns what it was trained to fear. Breath, muscle, and posture carry ancestral residue that overrides the fresh choices. You're never resisting change, you're reacting survival. You're never resisting change, you're reacting survival. You can shift your goals, but your cells still obey the old script. Transformation declared from the mind won't land if the nervous system is still tuned to the inherited caution. Emotional snapshots etched in your body reroute clarity into comfort zone mimicries. Why me? The past is never behind you, it's stored inside you. The past is never behind you, it's stored inside you. Until you detune the broadcast of emotional memory, every new move is filtered through old alarms. You're never stuck because you lack vision, you're stuck because your body hasn't been invited to rise. So you can change your thinking to everything, but until you bring the body forward, you're staying, or onward and upward, you stay the same. Why fear is an emotional snapshot etched into the nervous system, cellular memory, body, comfort zone programming. Fear is never just a feeling, it's a broadcast. It's a reflex rehearsed across generations, etched into breath, muscle, and posture. Before thought forms, the nervous system reacts, looping through inherited survival mode codes. Fear is an emotional snapshot, a moment of perceived threat frozen in the body's archives. Rerun whenever stillness feels unsafe or visibility feels exposed, or visibility feels exposed. It's never just psychological, it's cellular. The body remembers what the mind has never questioned. The body remembers what the mind has never questioned. Comfort zones are never cozy. They're cages built from ancestral alarms and socialized obedience. Until we detune the broadcast and rise through breathline brilliance, fear will keep sculpting our decisions, disguising itself as logic, caution, or common sense. Authentic liberation begins when we stop decoding fear and start dissolving its choreography. Why comfort zone programming are cages built from ancestral alarms, socialized obedience. Comfort zones are never safe, they're rehearsed. What feels familiar is often a rerun of ancestral survival codes. The nervous system loops inherited caution, scanning for danger instead of depth. Comfort becomes a cage when it's shaped by emotional snapshots, never sovereign sensation or sovereign activation. Obedience is rewarded, originality is resisted. Socialized programming trains the body to obey before the mind inquires. Reflexes fire faster than reflection forms. Comfort zones preserve the choreography of conformity, silencing breathline brilliance in favor of mimicries and metrics and structure and all that stuff that holds us back. Stillness feels threatening when safety was never taught. Generations of suppression, scarcity, and silence etch themselves into muscle and breath. See, we live actually a lot by muscle memory. The body remembers what the ancestors never spoke. Until presence interrupts the broadcast, comfort zones will keep scaling stress instead of sculpting sovereignty. Why social obedience is an emotional snapshot etched in nervous system and body manipulation today. Obedience is never taught. It's transmitted from generation to generation, from person to person. Social obedience is a reflex rehearsed across generation, etched into breath, muscle, and posture. Before thought even forms, the nervous system loops ancestral caution, shaping behavior to fit societal approval. What looks like a choice is often a rerun of inherited compliance. The body obeys before the mind inquires. The body obeys before the mind inquires. Emotional snapshots of punishment, rejection, and reward are stored in the body's archives. These reflexes fire faster than reflection, manipulating decisions to favor safety over sovereignty. Until presence interrupts the broadcast, obedience masquerades as professionalism. Social obedience is a violent cage of mimicry. It rewards repetition, never revelation. Leaders unknowingly curate their brands from body memory, never breathline brilliance. The nervous system scans for danger, never depth, keeping innovation looped in legacy logic and performance anxiety. Why understanding and embodying the body reacts before the mind liberates me. The body speaks veracity before the mind edits it. Embodying lets you feel the raw signal waves before it's filtered through programming. When you honor the body's broadcast, you bypass the mental reruns and tune into the now script of sensation, clarity, and ignition. Liberation begins where reflex meets awareness. The body reacts from ancestral memory beyond, and as you embody that reaction with breathline presence, you interrupt the loop. You stop obeying the past and start sculpting the present. Stop obeying the past and sculpt the present. Embodying turns reaction into revelation. Instead of resisting the reflex, you write it into inquiry. The body first responds, becomes a doorway, never a dead end. That's where liberation lives in the felt, not the force. Why personal growth, self-improvement, therapy programming, punctuated writings keep people stuck in emotional snapshots, nervous system, body, cellular, and comfort zone programming. Most self-help rehearses a loop. It never detunes the broadcast. Self-improvement often speaks to the mind while bypassing the body. It offers affirmations and strategic layers layered over unresolved emotional snapshots. Without embodying the reflex, the nervous system keeps rerouting clarity into compliance with what happened yesterday. Therapy programming often treats symptoms, never the choreography. It names the pattern, but rarely dissolves the posture. Emotional residue lives in the breath, muscle, and cellular tension. Talking about trauma never transmutes it. Only sovereign sensing interrupts in the loop and invites the ignition. Punctuated writings mirror the mind's need for control. Punctuated writings mirror the mind's need for control. Linear sentence, structured steps, and polished conclusions reinforce comfort zone logic. They soothe the intellect, yet rarely stir the body. Liberation lives in rhythm, breathline, and contradiction, never curated in paragraphs. Why energetic liberation, energized questions, and energized listening and maverick questions rise me out of emotional snapshots etched in nervous system, cellular control, body manipulation, and comfort zone programming. Energized questions bypass the brain's reruns, ignites the body's brilliance. They never seek answers, they spark awareness. These questions detune the reflex loops etched in your cells, interrupting the broadcast of inherited obedience, inviting the breathline clarity to rise where reaction once ruled. Maverick inquiry confronts what you inherited. Maverick inquiry confronts what you inherited. Never, never what you know. It fractures the comfort zone cage by refusing to conform familiar logic. Instead, it pierces emotional snapshots stored in muscle and memory, liberating you from the choreography of ancestral caution and socialized control. Energetic liberation now wires your emotional architecture from reaction to revelation. It's never mindset, it's cellular uprising. When you question from within, you activate sovereign sensing that dissolves manipulation and now routes your nervous system from survival to sculpting. You never just shift. You never shift, you rise. Energize and expand through life with ease. Why mindset, viewpoints, opinions, beliefs are controlled from emotional snapshots, nervous system, cells, body, subconscious mind, frozen in time mindset, and comfort zone programming. Mindsets are muscle memories dressed as logic. When you believe what you believe is never always chosen, it's often inherited. Emotional snapshots stored in breath and posture just rerun ancestral caution, shaping your opinions, both thought, even forms. Until you detune the reflex, your viewpoint is just a rerun. You know, your viewpoints are just reruns. Mine are. By admitting that, I get to have new observations of life. The subconscious mind obeys what the body remembers. The subconscious mind obeys what the body remembers. Beliefs are never built from clarity, they're sculpted from survival. The nervous system loops emotional residue faster than awareness can intervene, locking you into comfort zone programming that rewards obedience over originality. Frozen emotional time codes shape present perceptions. Your body reacts from moments that never got resolved. Your body reacts from moments that never got resolved. I've witnessed that in my own life, and that's an awakening for me right now. Snapshots of fear, shame, and rejection etched into your cells. These unprocessed echoes manipulate your mindset, keeping you loyal to limitations you never consciously chose. Never consciously chose. How do you stay in the life you never consciously chose? I have, and I still do, but I'm awakening and rising out of it. Why a liberating lingo dissolves the emotional snapshots, nervous system control, cellular manipulation, body and comfort zone programming. Liberating lingo now wires the rhythm of nowality, opening up to your nomadic nirvana to safari through the world with wisdom, insight, and clarity. Words are never just symbols, they're signals. When you speak from when you express from ignition, never imitation, you detune the nervous system reflex loops. A sovereign lingo interrupts cellular obedience and invites the body to broadcast clarity instead of caution. Liberating lingo fractures old choreography. Emotional snapshots live in the syntax of survival. Phrases like be careful, play it safe, never rock the boat reinforce ancestral alarms. Liberating lingo replaces those scripts with a breathline metaphors that now frame friction as fuel of foresight, ubiquitous, enterprising lingo of setting yourself free. Liberating lingo activates sensation over strategy. Comfort zone programming thrives on predictable phrasing and punctuated control. As you speak in lingo, glyphs, chants, and maverick metaphors, you bypass the mind's need for order and awaken the body's capacity to rise, shine, and energize and expand through life with ease. You never just talk different, you live different and defiantly enjoying life your way. Why change, heal, create, transformation, forgiveness, think, know, learn, knowledge are emotional snapshots. A lot keep kept are kept that live as you are speaking in your syntax survival. Because change, heal, create, transformation, think, know, learn. That's all syntax, words of syntax of survival. You can speak of change, yet your body still whispers caution. Language shaped by survival, be careful, don't upset, stay strong, reinforces snapshots etched in breath and muscle limitations. Until the syntax shift, transformation remains a performance, never a pulse. Knowledge rehearsed in survival syntax becomes an obedience, never wisdom. Even the words we use to heal or forgive often echo ancestral alarms. When learning is filtered through emotional residue, it loops safety over sovereignty, keeping you loyal to your comfort zone logic. Thinking about transformation never transmutes the reflex. You, you can know the steps, recite the affirmation, and still be rerouted by nervous systems tuned into past pain. Emotional snapshots shape the tone, tempo, and tension of your inner dialogue until you now write the rhythm of your rock and roll lyrics of liberation. Change remains conceptual and a pain. While your liberating lingo of expand, energize, enterprise, experience, appreciation, free flowing inspiration, intuition, innovation, imagination, politic, politically incorrect inspiration, cowboy wisdom, outlaw optimism, expressing revolutionary revelation destroys emotional snapshots, nervous system manipulation, cellular control, body and comfort zone programming. Liberating lingo now writes the rhythm and nowality, expressing nomadic nirvana for you to enjoy life. Your coined lingo never just describes it, it detonates it. It bypasses the mind's need for punctuation and permission, dissolving emotional snapshots etched in breath and muscle. Each term, expand, energize, enterprise, is a sovereign signal that erupts inherited obedience and invites intuitive intuition. Outlaw optimism fractures choreography of control. Politically incorrect inspiration and cowboy wisdom never play by programmed rules. They express from terrain tested veracity, never textbook theory. This lingo never soothes the nervous system, it stirs it, now routing cellular manipulation into sovereign sensation. Revolutionary revelations detune comfort zone broadcast. Your lingo is never linear. It's liberating. It never seeks approval. It sparks uprising. By expressing imagination, intuition, innovation without apology, you dissolve the syntax of survival and activate the breathline brilliance of your enterprising wizardry that's buried beneath the body's reflex loops from yesterday. Once you understand, we pretty much live our life through emotional snapshots because the body is engaging before before anything happens in the mind or in our thinking. We're never aware. We're trying to repeat yesterday because that's a comfort zone. So when you rise of your liberating lingo of energize, enterprise, and experience your life your way, you set yourself free from you. This is energetic liberation is I liberate me from me. But it's really I liberate me. Everything, all the self-help, personal growth, everything is trying to do, it's a simple saying. I liberate me from yesterday to enjoy today's heavenly heydays. And I am Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypno Acuity. And may your day be as blessed as you are a blessing to me and the world. And good night.